Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal episode number 523 based on novel. So let's start. Wang Lin didn't understand what a powerful person was when he was young. He only knew that the neighbor's children were stronger than him, so they were powerful people. Wang Lin only understood what responsibility was a few years ago after more than 2,000 years of cultivation. The Lord of the Sealed Realm was a powerful person, and being that person came with responsibility. Wang Lin didn't have this title for long, but it had pushed him toward a true sense of maturity for cultivators. This kind of maturity was a spiritual feeling, a sense of self-empowerment. Only after understanding responsibility could one truly become powerful. This perhaps seems a bit empty, but the most direct example of a powerful person to Wang Lin was his father. His father was only a mortal, but to the young Wang Lin, his father was powerful. At the same time, he carried the burden of the family. He was like a mountain that shielded Wang Lin and his mother from the wind and rain. As long as his father was there, his home was there. This was a powerful person. Wang Lin had cultivated for more than 2,000 years. At this moment, he slowly comprehended a lot from his memories of his father. Things in this world were often like this. To use the smaller things to see the bigger picture. He had guarded the inner realm for 3 years, created the new celestial realm, and killed countless until his hands were dyed red with blood, but he couldn't look back. He could only move forward until he either died or broke the obstacles before him. He would continue to walk the path toward the future. His white figure was like a willow leaf floating among the stars. It had no root, but it was not lost. It quickly fluttered as if it was looking for something and was eventually engulfed by the darkness of space, leaving no trace behind. Wang Lin's original body was sitting in the wheel formation in the cloud sea. In the last 3 days of the 3rd year, he slowly opened his cold eyes. He turned around and looked into the inner realm. In his gaze, his avatar walked closer and closer from the inner realm. His steps caused no ripples and didn't cause any rumbles, but every step was extremely heavy. Wang Lin's avatar arrived next to his original body. He turned his head and looked back toward the inner realm like his original body. This was like a picture. If it could be preserved, it would become a legacy. In this picture, the sea of stars was the background and the wheel formation was the hue. 2 identical faces stood there, gazing into the distance. After a long time, Wang Lin's avatar turned around and stepped toward his original body. A soft light shined as his avatar fused with his original body. Popping sounds echoed as Wang Lin's white hair fluttered, and he stood up. He redirected his cold gaze toward the outer realm. The last 3 days, then the 4 generals of the ancient celestial realm will appear. The final secret of this cave will be revealed. Unfortunately, even now I don't know what that 3rd thing is. Wang Lin silently pondered. However, no matter what, this final battle will be very interesting. 7-colored Daoist, Old Ghost Zon, the 4 celestial generals that want the celestial sovereign to awaken, and finally the cultivator from the immortal astral continent that came from the passage in the wind celestial realm. Before all this, let me begin a chaotic prelude for this final battle. Wang Lin's eyes shined and he stepped off the wheel formation, heading toward the ancient star system. I'll destroy the outer realm's ancient celestial realm. Wang Lin's eyes were filled with killing intent as he charged into the ancient star system. He turned into a ray of light and charged forward while releasing his full cultivation. He didn't hide his aura or his figure, he directly told the entire outer realm that he, Wang Lin, had arrived. The stars rumbled, and as Wang Lin's divine sense spread out, all the powerful cultivators of various clans were shaken. No matter what they were doing, they all looked up at the sky. They could clearly feel a shocking killing intent coming from the inner realm. Wang Lin didn't know where the outer realm's ancient celestial realm was and he didn't blindly search for it. Instead, he went into the depths of the ancient star system. He didn't know where it was, but it didn't matter. In 3 days, when the ancient celestial realm in the inner realm opened and the 4 generals descended, he would be able to sense the outer realm's ancient celestial realm that would open at the same time. As Wang Lin's divine sense swept across the ancient star system, the sovereign was in his other palace, staring straight ahead. His dried-up right hand clenched in a fist and didn't loosen for a long time. He silently pondered for a long time, and in the end, he couldn't make up his mind to kill Wang Lin. He feared Wang Lin's bow a lot, and before Wang Lin used up those last 2 shots, he wouldn't dare to act. 2 years ago, he wanted to launch a sneak attack during the chaos, but he had been detected by Wang Lin. Then he was forced to helplessly retreat when Wang Lin called him out. He appeared in the ancient star system. Why did he come? Is he trying to provoke me so he could lure me out and kill me? The sovereign's eyes were filled with suspicion. He couldn't understand why Wang Lin would so arrogantly appear in the ancient star system. This old man won't get close. I want to see what he can do. The sovereign could only suffer silently. His cultivation was heaven-piercing, and if not for his worry about the bow, he would immediately kill Wang Lin. Also in the ancient star system, in the vortex formed by several stars, where 7-colored light shined, was the 7-colored daoist. He had an indifferent gaze as he looked into the distance and revealed a faint smile. The Li Guang bow and arrow are in his hands. Although I told the sovereign to hand it out, it is still his own fortune. Now that he came here again, what is he going to do? He is very similar to old Ghost John. If he is not the third, then he is a mysterious existence in his cave world. A cultivator like him, if he is not the third one, then it would be a pity to kill him. However, he has a flaw, and if he doesn't die in the end, he can be used by me. The 7-colored daoist withdrew his gaze. The blood formation is complete, so soon I'll know where the third one that had reincarnated countless times is. I have searched for you for countless years. I want to know who the present you is after so many reincarnations. In the ancient star system, on a cultivation planet, sat a woman in white. She was very beautiful but had a cold aura that made her feel like an ice mountain. It was as if she was made of snow. Her eyes were closed, but at this moment, she suddenly opened them. It's him. This woman was the third of the celestial sovereign's 8 concubines. She hadn't participated in the war against the inner realm. Instead, after leaving the ancient tomb, she remained here, silently waiting for something. For him to appear here, what is he going to do? Also in the ancient star system, there was a huge rift. In this rift, filled with birds and flowers, the 7th concubine Saturday. At this moment, the 7th concubine opened her eyes, her gaze revealing a strange light. What is he going to do? These were not the only people who had guesses about Wang Lin's action. Even people like Dao Master Miao Yin, Devil Master Nine Heaven, and company all awakened from their healing. They looked at the stars with gloomy expressions. Wang Lin's presence gave them a large amount of pressure because of the bow in his hand. Almost all third-step cultivators locked onto Wang Lin's aura from a distance. They didn't know what Wang Lin was going to do, so they were very serious. When these third-step cultivators' divine senses locked onto Wang Lin, he stopped flying. At this moment, he was already near the center of the ancient star system. No matter where he needed to go, he could get there almost instantly. After he stopped, Wang Lin sat down and closed his eyes. He began to silently cultivate as he waited. His behavior shocked all the third-step cultivators who were observing him. Time slowly passed. In the blink of an eye, there were only 12 hours left of the last 3 days of the 3rd year. Once these 12 hours passed, a shocking change would occur in the cave world. However, at this moment, aside from Wang Lin, no one else knew it was going to happen. Not even the 7-colored daoist and old Ghost John had control over this matter. There might be one other person who would have a feeling something was happening. That would be the All-Seer, who was sitting on that piece of rock in the summoned river that Wang Lin hadn't detected. The All-Seer's eyes revealed a strange light as he lowered his head and his hands continued to change before him. As he divinated, his eyes became brighter and brighter and he revealed an exhilarated expression. Almost there. The last 12 hours. Wang Lin's figure remained motionless as he slowly cultivated to maintain his aura at its peak. He also kept the drop of celestial blood fully active. 11 hours, 10 hours, 9 hours. Soon, the 3-year period was about to end. When there was only 4 hours left, Wang Lin suddenly opened his eyes. When he did this, everyone who was observing him was shocked and had many speculations. "It's that thing." Wang Lin turned his head toward the right and gradually revealed a strange expression. To the right of Wang Lin, in the distant stars, there was a group of hundreds of ancient star system cultivators flying over. Their hair was a mess and they had some unknown substance smeared over their faces. They were very colorful and strange. As they moved forward, they roared loudly at the same time. The celestial dragon reveals the Tao. Believe my words and avoid world destruction disaster. Don't believe me and all will perish. The celestial dragon is mighty. The celestial dragon is mighty. The celestial dragon reveals Tao. Believe in this apostle. It will take us to the endless celestial realm and become immortal. As the word spread, thousands more cultivators came after the first few hundred. They all let out the same roars. There was a giant, spirit stone platform between these two groups of cultivators. The spirit stone platform gave off a powerful aura. It was nearly 10,000 feet wide and looked like a small mountain. Spirit stones of this size were extremely rare. Wang Lin had cultivated for a long time and had rarely seen spirit stones this large. Although spirit stones were useless to him now, after seeing it, his expression became even more strange. There was a red dragon coiled on the spirit stone. This dragon was not large, it lazily lied there as the thousands of cultivators carried it. Sometimes it would break off a piece of the spirit stone and throw it into its mouth. It would munch on it before devouring it, revealing a very comfortable expression. Celestial dragon is mighty. Celestial dragon reveals Tao. The roars from the cultivators made the dragon even more comfortable. HMPH, if I hadn't been trapped in that damn place for so many years, this old dragon could have had a better life in the cave world than outside. That damn vermilion bird, that damned celestial sovereign, and that damned sovereign, fortunately, I escaped. Now this is my ideal life. How nice and wonderful this life is. I can't help but think of my hometown and sing loudly about it. The red dragon looked very proud. Its claw broke off another piece of spirit stone and threw it into its mouth. Two little dragon girls under the flying snow mountain, do you know of my thoughts for you? Your long whiskers, your wonderful bodies, and your alluring eyes. The red dragon seemed to be a bit too happy and began to hum. At the same time, its dragon tail seemed to hit the spirit stone in a rhythm. The thousands of surrounding cultivators could only helplessly look at the dragon. To them, its voice was too mournful and contained no taste at all. Whenever this happened, they could only roar loudly to offset its terrifying voice. Celestial dragon reveals Tao. Celestial dragon is mighty. This red dragon was the fire dragon that was almost bled dry by the second generation vermilion bird in the fallen land. The second generation had given the dragon to Wang Lin, but it escaped. Along with the fact that the ancient tomb was opening, Wang Lin didn't bother with this dragon. Now, hundreds of years had passed. Just when Wang Lin was about to completely forget about this matter, this pitiful fire dragon appeared in his divine sense. Just as those thousands of cultivators came with the dragon, all the divine senses of the third step cultivators that had gathered on Wang Lin moved over following Wang Lin's gaze. The fire dragon was still munching on the spirit stones and was still singing proudly. However, at this moment, the dragon trembled. The munching and the singing suddenly stopped. It blinked its eyes and was filled with confusion. However, this was soon replaced with fear, and its body trembled. This? Damn their dragon grandmas, why are there so many divine senses here? Why are they all so bored that their divine senses are gathered here? After being startled for a moment, this silly dragon let out a sobbing roar. Back up, quickly go back. As it roared, the silly dragon trembled. It had already been very careful in developing its own force. It hadn't provoked people it didn't think he could handle, in fear of being caught again. Even though it looked daring, the routes it had taken were carefully selected by him. It had taken this route more than 10 times and had never encountered any danger. It also had some strange spell to hide its aura, so unless you were deliberately looking for it, this dragon was difficult to find it. Normally, when it met a cultivator that was weaker than himself, this dragon would display its might and scare that person to obediently become a member of its celestial dragon sect. However, today it could have never expected that it would rush into a large amount of divine senses halfway through its trip. These divine senses made him tremble. There were many that were strong enough to make him swallow large amounts of dragon saliva. Its dragon heart pounded rapidly. The red dragon flew off the spirit stone and was about to escape. However, it looked at the panic and confusion of its disciples and struggled a bit before suppressing its fear. It carefully landed back on the spirit stone platform and let out a few dry coughs. This celestial dragon remembers that there was a pot of pills being refined. "We are not going out to play anymore. Carry me back to refine those pills." After hearing this, although the surrounding cultivators were still uncertain, they listened the dragon's order. They carried the giant spirit stone platform and slowly retreated. However, the spirit stone was too large, so its speed was very slow. The red dragon was extremely anxious, and it felt a sense of greed in those divine senses. It was sad to find that as the spirit stone moved back, those divine senses followed and locked onto it. "Damn it, all of you, hurry up. If you all too slow, this dragon will devour you all." After that, it still seemed a bit worried and quickly added something. "That pot of pills of mine is very precious." The dragon was in a tense mood and its heart was pounding. It didn't dare to act too suddenly, because if it suddenly flew away, it would only attract more attention. It could not be impatient, it had to remain calm. "Celestial dragon, you're a celestial dragon, you have to calm down. It's not a big deal, you just didn't see them." The silly dragon encouraged itself and acted like nothing had happened. However, it was really bad at pretending, and as it tried to pretend, it just revealed everything on its face. After they gradually retreated more than 100,000 feet away, those divine senses all left, much to the joy of the silly dragon. It seemed that to them, the appearance of the dragon was only an accident. They had no interest toward the dragon, so they all withdrew their divine senses. This was a great surprise for the dragon. It let out a big breath and made up its mind. After returning home, it wouldn't leave for 10 years and it would never take this route again. This route was simply too terrifying. The surrounding cultivators were still in shock and didn't know what had happened. It was unknown who had started, but in order to please the fire dragon, they all suddenly began to roar loudly. The celestial dragon reveals the Tao. "Believe my words and avoid world destruction disaster." The celestial dragon reveals Tao. "Believe in this apostle. It will take us to the endless celestial realm and become immortal." Celestial dragon is mighty. The moment the chanting started, a powerful divine sense came from behind them. This divine sense contained a powerful pressure and almost scared the fire dragon senseless. "Mighty? What might?" "You all, shut up," the dragon roared, almost in tears. It thought it had avoided a calamity, but it didn't expect these people's roars to attract a divine sense that made it tremble. It had invented those phrases himself, and it always felt comfortable listening to them. However, now those words were sending it to its grave, and this made the fire dragon let out a miserable roar. After letting out a roar, the fire dragon quickly turned around. It bowed with both hands clasped, with an expression making it seem as if it was about to cry. Hee hee, hee hee. I've disturbed you, I've disturbed you. I'll leave, these little ones don't know what they are talking about. This little dragon isn't mighty at all and is certainly not a celestial. I'm a snake, that's right, just a snake. I just look a bit like a dragon. Hee hee, hee hee, the fire dragon shivered and even its words became all jumbled up. Hee hee, hee hee, I won't disturb you fellow seniors gathering here. You are all busy, so no need to pay any attention to me. I'll leave on my own. Don't bother sending me off. The fire dragon trembled and even abandoned the spirit stone platform as it anxiously escaped. However, as the fire dragon rapidly retreated, it suddenly stopped. This time it was really about to cry as a white figure with white hair appeared before it. Wang Lin stepped out and looked at the fire dragon with a smile that wasn't a smile. It's you. The fire dragon saw Wang Lin and was startled. There was a reason the second generation vermilion bird had called it a silly dragon. When the dragon saw Wang Lin, it remembered how weak Wang Lin was and completely forgot about the divine sense that made it tremble. Damn it, you also dare to stop this dragon? You drank my blood before. Today, this dragon wants you to pay. The dragon glared at Wang Lin and opened its mouth. A giant ball of fire shot out and devoured everything before it, including Wang Lin. However, in the next breath, the giant ball of fire suddenly scattered in all directions. Countless fire seeds scattered and lit up the star system. When the fireball stopped, the dragon let out a scream of fear. Its body was suddenly thrown backward and its eyes became filled with fear. Wang Lin walked out from the fire and all the collapsing fire stopped. It gathered toward Wang Lin and formed a burning flame in his left hand. Fire Dragon, Wang Lin still had a smile that wasn't a smile as he looked at the fire dragon. I'm really just a snake. The fire dragon trembled and was no longer being silly. It thought about the terrifying aura Wang Lin gave off. While retreating, the fire dragon let out a howl and used its full power. Fire covered its body and it rapidly retreated. The way Wang Lin had casually gathered the scattered fire was frightening, and it also clearly felt the fire essence in Wang Lin's body. It also had a fire essence, but it was obviously a lot weaker compared to Wang Lin's fire essence. As a result, this fire dragon simply didn't have the courage to fight Wang Lin. Feeling terrified, the fire dragon rapidly retreated. Wang Lin calmly looked at the retreating fire dragon. He squeezed his right hand and crushed the fire in his right hand. A heat wave spread out from Wang Lin's palm in all directions. Wang Lin didn't chase but casually formed a seal. This seal was given to him by the second-generation vermilion bird to control this fire dragon. After this seal appeared, the fire dragon that had retreated far let out a miserable scream. An identical seal appeared between its eyebrows. This seal was deeply imprinted on its head, engraved in the bones of its soul. None of you vermilion birds are good people, it's so painful. You said you'd let me go but still left this seal on me. The fire around the fire dragon collapsed, revealing its body. In a flash, its body expanded to more than 100,000 feet. Its large dragon body gave off a powerful pressure. However, at this moment, this pressure couldn't affect Wang Lin at all. The fire dragon's body twisted and the pain from between its eyebrows made it shed dragon tears. So painful. I won't run. I surrender, I surrender. You can do as you wish, I won't run anymore. Wang Lin dispelled the seal in his right hand and, in the blink of an eye, stood on top of the fire dragon's head. The dragon wanted to struggle, but it remembered the intense pain it had just suffered and shivered in fear. It was too scared to resist, and water vapor filled its eyes and it was filled with grievance. It looked into the distance where the celestial dragon sect was and even more water vapor gathered in its eyes. Come on, my celestial dragon sect. Damn it, I shouldn't have come this way. I should have gone elsewhere. Wang Lin sat above the fire dragon's head. Waves of hot energy came from the dragon's head and surrounded him as he looked ahead. Even his vision became distorted from these heat waves. The divine senses from the third-step cultivators of the ancient star system were still in the area. They had watched Wang Lin capture this fire dragon, but they weren't surprised. Although this fire dragon was strong, equal to an early-stage Nirvana void cultivator, to them it was simply too weak. If it was before Wang Lin knew this was a cave world, he would have still captured this dragon, but he wouldn't have acted so quickly, without wasting time. This dragon was different from all the demonic beasts Wang Lin had seen before. Not only could it speak, but it was very intelligent, not even the nether beast was a match. It even called itself a celestial dragon, and had created the celestial dragon sect. It had also enslaved cultivators to serve it. This already showed how extraordinary the dragon was. Most importantly, this dragon's body contained a faint force of the celestial bloodline. This was very weak and was very difficult to notice. However, Wang Lin had the immortal celestial body blood drop, so he was able to faintly see it. Wang Lin stood above the giant dragon head. His eyes shined as he looked at the fire dragon below him. There were only 3 hours left until the end of the 3-year period. These 3 hours were enough for Wang Lin to get some information from this dragon. The immortal astral continent is your hometown, right? Wang Lin's divine sense that surrounded the dragon suddenly sent out a message. The fire dragon was startled. It blinked with its giant, dragon eyes and began to shake its big head. Wang Lin coldly stared at this dragon as he raised his right hand and the aura of a soul search spell appeared on his palm. He looked at the fire dragon and slowly sent out a message. With your intelligence, you know the effect of the spell in my hand. I'll ask you again, are you from the immortal astral continent? Horror appeared in the dragon's eyes, but for some reason, it looked at the thousands of celestial dragon sect cultivators in the distance. It clenched its teeth and shook its head. Wang Lin frowned. He couldn't use the soul search spell right now. This was the ancient star system, and there were divine senses of several powerful cultivators here. If he used soul search, it would give them a chance to attack. As a result, it would affect his plan in 3 hours. His eyes became even more cold. Wang Lin scattered the soul search spell and was going to send the dragon into his storage space. He was going to get some answers from it after he dealt with the ancient celestial realm first. However, just as he was about to scatter his soul search spell, the fire dragon's plead entered his mind. This? Can you give me some face? You can see my disciples are looking at me. If you can give me some face and cooperate with me, then I'll cooperate with you and tell you okay. Wang Lin was startled and revealed a strange expression. He looked at the fire dragon below him, and after a long time, he nodded. The moment the fire dragon saw Wang Lin agree, it was very happy. It straightened its body and flew out from under Wng Lin. Its eyes shined brightly and it looked very majestic. Its large, dragon claws pointed at Wang Lin and its mighty voice echoed. You said you want to enter my celestial dragon sect. This dragon won't take offense to what you have done and will let you join my celestial dragon sect. As the fire dragon spoke, it paid attention to Wang Lin's expression. When it saw Wang Lin's brow begin to wrinkle, it trembled and quickly said, For a powerful person like you to join my celestial dragon sect, it is my luck. You can be the vice sect master. After it spoke, the frightened cultivators, shocked by what had happened, were all startled for a moment. Before those cultivators could react, the fire dragon suddenly turned around toward them and let out a roar. Okay, all of you, go back. This celestial dragon will give some pointers to the new vice sect master and will be busy. I'll be back later, so watch the sect for me. Although those cultivators were filled with doubt, they didn't dare to display it. They all revealed expressions of awe toward the fire dragon-like and then respectfully left. After all the cultivators left, the majestic aura of the dragon disappeared. It had an awkward expression and was about to speak when Wang Lin stood back on its head. Wang Lin waved his sleeves and brought the dragon to where he was sitting before. Master, this little dragon indeed came from the immortal astral continent. If you have any questions, please ask. This little dragon promises to tell you everything. The fire dragon revealed a flattering expression and quickly sent out a divine sense message. How did you enter this place from the immortal astral continent? Wang Lin sat down on the dragon. I followed my former master and a damned fellow. That damned fellow new master favored me more and refused to accept it in his heart. So he told master that the Seven Dao sect had a treasure and deceived my former master to come here. I was faithful to my master and was naturally worried about him, so I came with him. The fire dragon seemed to be filled with indignation. As it sent out the divine sense messages, it looked into the distance as if it was afraid. After hearing this, Wang Lin's eyes narrowed. He looked at the fire dragon for a long time until the fire dragon's hair stood up and it sent out a divine sense message. What I'm saying is true, a bit of a lie. I didn't come because I was loyal to my former master, but my former master rode me here. The fire dragon spoke carefully. What is your name? Wang Lin's mind trembled. He had a faint guess. Master, you can call me Little Red, my nickname is Little Red. The dragon waved its big head and sent out a message. Little Red. Wang Lin's eyes suddenly shined brightly. He stared at the fire dragon and his mind rumbled. The madman's words echoed in his mind. Little Red, where are you? HMPH, all of this king's things are with Little Red, go find Little Red for them. Little Red, quickly go find my big brother. Tell him I'm being bullied. Not only did the fire dragon feel his hair stand up under Wang Lin's gaze, its heart also pounded. It didn't know if it had offended Wang Lin and was about to send out a message in fear. Who is Lian Daofei to you? Wang Lin slowly sent out a message. After the fire dragon heard Lian Daofei, it was startled for a moment. Ah? You know my master? Lian Daofei was my former master. It's unfortunate that he is dead. Sure enough. Wang Lin's mind continued to tremble. He no longer asked question and put the fire dragon inside his storage space. He could no longer ask any more questions. Time was almost up, so he had maintained a peace of mind so he could use his full cultivation. He needed to remain calm. If he got more information from the fire dragon, it would be very difficult for Wang Lin to stay calm. At this moment, Wang Lin sat there with his eyes closed to calm the waves set off in his heart. Time passed. As the hearts of the people observing Wang Lin with their divine sense continued to speculate, the last 3 hours slowly went by. The moment the last 3 hours passed, Wang Lin suddenly opened his eyes. This video will end here.